Hey everyone, Durrani here from VG247, and today I want to talk about ELEX 2. For those of you who might not be familiar with the ELEX series, it's a sci-fi open world RPG from developers Piranha Bytes, who you may know as the creators of the game Gothic and Risen. ELEX 2 is of course the brand new sequel to the first ELEX game, bringing a whole host of new features, gameplay options, and that classic hardcore RPG gameplay the series is loved for. In ELEX 2, you continue Jax's story as you adventure through the world of Magalan and find out about Dark ELEX and face off against a new threat to the world, the Skyands. And I wanted to give you 5 reasons why ELEX 2 is a must for RPG fans. Let's get started. A massive open world. In ELEX 2, there is plenty of exploring that needs to be done. Your adventures will take you to a variety of different biomes, all with unique points of interest, from derelict and abandoned cities, faction settlements, snowy mountains, and more. You'll even get to go inside this creepy alien structure. One of the coolest things about the open world is that as you're roaming it and getting quests done, there is no loading screens at all. It's all seamless and connected, which really gives you a sense of scale in this post-apocalyptic world. But don't worry if you're not a fan of running about everywhere. Each location has a teleporter to unlock, once you get there obviously, that allows you to fast travel. This world isn't just wide, it also has a lot of verticality and high ground also, which you can get to if you make good use of Jax's jetpack. You won't be able to reach everything right at the start, but after a few upgrades, you'll be flying all over the place. Impactful and meaningful conversations, because what is a massive world without people in it to interact with? The planet Magalan is filled with unique NPCs to talk to who are actually quite dynamic, and your exchanges with them will have a big impact on the story in ELEX 2. So choose your words carefully, because they will remember how you treat them and in turn treat you accordingly. If you treat them well, you might get a buddy to tag along with you on an adventure, but do be aware they are not invincible and can be killed if you don't protect them well enough, and know that if they do die, it will impact the story going forward. If your speech game isn't up to scratch and you say something wrong to one of the NPCs, you might just end up completely locked out of an area and have to find alternative ways of entering. There are neutral NPCs that won't affect how the story plays out too much, but a big choice you're going to have to make is which one of the 5 factions you sweet talk your way into. Or not, because you can complete the game without a faction, but you are putting yourself at a disadvantage without the skills they can teach you. The 5 factions all offer different things that will be beneficial to you depending on how you play. The Berserkers are all about magic, no tech. The Albs, on the other hand, are all about high-tech gadgets. The Morcons use prayer to enhance their melee combat skills. The Outlaws use chemicals and drugs that empower themselves in combat. And the Clerics use ELEX to power mighty war machines. Choose wisely. Brutal combat. Staying alive in ELEX 2 is not gonna be easy, and you won't be able to talk your way out of every encounter. You're gonna have to crack a few skulls and stomp some alien faces to get the job done. And from the outset and throughout, you're gonna be facing some formidable foes that will be able to one-shot you with ease if you're not careful. But this is a common theme in Piranha Bytes games. You might start off weak and the game will feel a little unforgiving to your mistakes in combat, but you will get stronger soon enough. You're able to freely spec into any attribute that fits your playstyle: strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, and cunning. And as you level these up, you'll get skill points to learn abilities. The abilities must be taught to you though, so you need to find the right teachers for the right skills that you want to learn. And through all of this careful progression, you'll soon have the knowledge, skills, and combat to handle any challenge thrown at you. And it's not just melee combat, there is also ranged options as well. You'll be doing a lot of crafting from all of the items you'll find in Magalan, looping back to the first point of the size of the open world, because it's not just huge and empty, there is loot and resources literally everywhere. Weapon parts, potions, materials, ingredients, food, and valuables that you can trade are in every inch of the map. Similar to your character's combat progression, your crafting progression will also require a teacher to show you what's what. There are loads of options to choose from when it comes to gear and weapons that will take you from looking like a rough and tumble outsider to a serious cybernetic slayer. In the larger settlements and camps, you'll find workbenches, potion labs, blacksmiths or your bigger crafting projects, but there are also campfires dotted all around the map for your other basic living necessities, mainly food, which you'll need a lot of to keep you going in combat. a true RPG. Lastly, I just wanted to highlight that ELEX 2 feels like a true role-playing game. All of the elements that I've mentioned here and more give you such a great sense of progression, where a lot of other games are action-focused with some RPG elements. ELEX 2 doubles down on slow and steady, and that makes it feel personal. You genuinely shape the way you play, from combat right down to the narrative, without the whole illusion of choice. Your choices will determine what one of the multiple endings you get, and if you're a fan of replaying games, this gives you an opportunity to dive back in, choose a completely different path, and see the different outcome. That is 5 reasons why ELEX 2 is a must for RPG fans. Thanks for watching. ELEX 2 is out on March the 1st, 2022 on PC, PS4 and 5, Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S. Let me know down in the comments if you're excited for it. My name is Durrani from VG247. Peace out.